Let me present you with an example of social double standards that many people find relatable. It revolves around the idea that men who utilize their wealth to attract women often despise individuals who are solely interested in their money, commonly referred to as gold diggers. Similarly, women who employ their physical appearance to attract men often resent those who are only interested in pump and dump kind of affairs. Here's a story that exemplifies this whole thing. He dedicated himself to acquiring wealth in order to enhance his desirability in the eyes of potential romantic partners. Eventually, he even managed to marry an attractive woman. However, when an economic recession struck, he unfortunately lost his job, leaving him unable to provide for his family. Shockingly, his wife did not offer any assistance during this difficult period. Instead, she decided to abandon him in favor of another man she had in her social circle. Unfortunately, this is not uncommon, just like the materialistic nature of modern women.
Alright, so would you rather have one Bitcoin or $1,000 cash?
I'll take a Bitcoin. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, like I'll send it.
We could get so much money for $1,000. Like we can go on like vacation. Like what?
I don't know.
Like,
a Bitcoin? That's no.
This is so much better. Like, what are you
the
saying?
Bitcoin can get us so much more money.
No.
Why?
Because we could go on vacation. I could buy you Christmas presents and like birthday gifts.
We're done. We're
What do you mean?
I'm breaking up with her. We're done.
Oh. I don't know if he's pushing P or not.
Oh my god. What should I do?
Oh.
Like, okay, bye.
Scram.
In today's video, I'll delve into why embracing the path of self-discovery and independence is one of the most beneficial decisions a man can make. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Stuart. He said, "A traditional woman in a past relationship was an asset. A postmodern woman in a current relationship is a liability." Well said, brother. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video. Embrace your masculinity. Statistics reveal that approximately 50% of married women admit to having a backup plan, which leads many individuals to question why some men prefer to remain single rather than endure such emotional turmoil. This disheartening reality reflects the fact that some women skillfully leverage their assets to attain their desired outcomes, even in the realm of relationships. The popular saying, "she's not yours, it's just your turn," carries significant weight in today's world, highlighting the erosion of moral values. Take this example.
Red flag number 7 is when she has guy friends. There's some rare scenarios where like a guy and a girl are old childhood friends and there's legitimately no sexual tension between them, but almost always when a guy and a girl are friends, there's some degree of sexual tension. And even if the girl's not interested in the guy, a lot of times the guy has been friend zoned and he's just like hanging around to see if he gets an opportunity down the line. And if you're talking to a girl and you notice that she regularly hangs out one-on-one or even just texts one-on-one with other guys, she likes the validation. Those guys are waiting to swoop in if they can.
And a lot of times, like girls that have a lot of guy friends, they have one foot out the door in a relationship and they have like a lineup waiting for like, oh, if this relationship ends, it's okay because I have all these other guys that are interested in me.
And then she never even fully invests into the relationship with you in the first place. How many guy friends you got?
0, but I'm friends with a lot of your friends.
That's different though. Like if I would want my girlfriend or my wife to be friends with my friends. It'd be weird if she wasn't.
It's quite astonishing to witness some women boldly claim that they can simply call a man from their contact list and ask for a relationship, fully expecting an immediate positive response. Men who adopt the philosophy of going their own way rely on concrete evidence and rational thinking rather than base their views on mere speculation or blindly accepting the notion that the world is inherently malicious. When a man chooses to embrace this philosophy, he typically does so for valid reasons. It extends beyond the belief that all women are gold diggers or possess negative traits. While it is natural to appreciate a woman's physical beauty, what purpose does it serve to approach her, subject oneself to a series of tests to prove one's worth, and even succeed in securing her affection if she possesses undesirable qualities or habits?
If a woman dumps you, there's only one thing that you can do. All you can do is you just need to look at her and you say, okay. She instantly second guesses herself, because here's what happens. When a woman says, I just don't think I can do this anymore, I'm not really feeling it anymore, what she's hoping for, what she's praying for, what she actually thinks will happen is that you will get in a reactive state and you will get emotional, okay? The second you do that, you prove her right. For many times, this is a massive test, and when you pass this test by just saying, okay, all right, leave then, when you're able to do that, I have watched women break down in tears and say, I was just kidding, I was just testing, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I shouldn't have done that. I effed up. There will be women that say that, and here's why. When you're able to just look a woman dead in the eyes and you just say the words, okay, this shows massive strength.
Men are wary of societal narratives that preach about the importance of caring for and being compassionate towards women, while simultaneously witnessing these women become increasingly independent and assertive. The incentives for marriage and dating are virtually non-existent, particularly in Western societies, and the entitled attitudes of many modern women fail to inspire intelligent men to commit to a lifelong partnership. Men who choose to go their own way understand the concept of loving yourself first, but their motivation is not solely centered on attracting women in the long run. Those within the MGTOW community prioritize their peace of mind over pursuing romantic relationships, and extensive research and data corroborate the notion that dating modern-day women often leads to a loss of tranquility.
Yeah, but men put up a persona and they act like somebody that they're not. So they'll pretend like they're this great guy, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey boo, I'm pregnant. And then they show a whole different side of themselves.
Let me ask you a question. If I get married to a girl and she puts on this mask and I get married to her and then she finesses me, cheats on me and leaves me, whose fault is it?
Technically it was yours because you didn't see the signs.
Same exact situation with you. Boom. Technically your fault because you didn't see the signs. Yep. Okay. See how you're able to skirt accountability as a woman, but you can't necessarily do it as a man?
Yeah, but men lack accountability.
No, we don't. You literally just lacked accountability just a second ago. Yep.
How?
Gotcha, bitch! Do I need to rewind the thing real quick? Just like you have the ability and the authority to pick the man that impregnates you, you also have the authority and the responsibility of vetting the man. Same thing with me as a man getting with a girl that's a scumbag who uses me. It's my fault for getting finesse because finesse is a two-part process.
As many of you are aware, integrity and personal accountability are often regarded as unfavorable traits by modern women. While some women may accept responsibility for their poor choices, often stemming from a promiscuous past, the majority prefer to shift blame onto their ex-partners, their environment, or various other external factors. On the other hand, men must learn either from the experiences of their peers or through personal trials and tribulations, the importance of self-accountability. If a man has had multiple negative experiences with low-quality women, choosing to go his own way can be a fantastic path towards rediscovering oneself and avoiding the repetition of past mistakes. Contrary to the popular misconception perpetuated by those who are unfamiliar with the philosophy, MGTOW is not solely about criticizing women, but rather about sharing experiences among men in order to facilitate personal growth. Once a man becomes aware of the financial and emotional hardships suffered by other men through divorce proceedings, he naturally becomes more cautious when contemplating the potentially disastrous decision of marriage. MGTOW is not fueled by hatred towards women, but rather by a desire for self-preservation. This fundamental aspect is what makes MGTOW such a compelling and influential movement among men today. For instance, Kanye West's recent court ruling requiring him to pay $200,000 per month in child support serves as a prominent mainstream example of the consequences of divorce. However, even average men who do not possess the financial resources of celebrities face significant financial liabilities in terms of child support. This trust, often mandated by legal systems, can prove to be a tremendous burden for individuals. Imagine working tirelessly to provide for your wife and children, only to have your wife suddenly decide that you are no longer sufficient and opt for a divorce. By skillfully navigating the legal system, she can effectively force you to finance her lifestyle and even her dates with other men, whom she may have had in her social circle prior to the divorce. Some idealistic individuals claim that love is the most profound human emotion, but as a member of the MGTOW community, you may find yourself disagreeing with that sentiment. In fact, the greatest feeling one can experience is that of freedom. When men fall in love, as Myron Gaines mentioned in an episode of The Grilling Show, they often engage in foolish behaviors. The euphoria of being in love creates a perpetual honeymoon phase that obscures one's perception of reality and prevents them from seeing people and situations as they truly are. However, this does not simply imply that one must adopt a perpetually negative and bitter outlook or cease to trust anyone. Adopting an extreme perspective is unquestionably ill-advised. If you happen to enter a relationship with a woman, the worst mistake you can make is to make her the sole focus of your universe. Remarkable men who are successful in attracting women often find themselves miserable when they forsake their own aspirations, goals, and hobbies, and if they happen to eventually pursue relationships, they set strong boundaries.
What do you got for me, rough stuff?
I noticed that when I started doing my work online with the gaming community, I was judged a lot. And that kind of judgment basically brought me down into the 1,000...
Betatization by 1,000 sessions, yeah.
I got fat, I ended up getting sciatica, and then my wife ended up leaving me. So I started watching your videos. I started utilizing those tools in real life recently. I decided to pursue a friend of mine's co-worker, and I use like Sterling's tips, and I was like, hey, you know, I put my leg up against her when we were having a good conversation. Then we go out to the bar, and then she's just kissing up all on me.
You can't judge darkness without light, right?
Right.
The burden of performance is on men to manage that relationship. You can't defer to her, well, what do you want to eat tonight? I don't know, what do you want to eat tonight? It's like, that shit goes nowhere fast. So it's like, we're going to get this, get in the car, wear the black dress that I like, it's time for dinner, right? Like, that's what women want. And that's truthfully what men want to be.
I trust that you understand my point. Most men, at some point in their lives, fall into the trap of prioritizing women and mistakenly believing that constantly pleasing them is the key to maintaining their affection. However, this notion is simply false. When a man becomes too complacent, a woman can instinctively sense it. Despite her assertions that it's acceptable for you to skip the gym or work less, she's merely testing your resolve. This behavior can be attributed to a woman's natural inclination towards hypergamy, the desire to be with the best possible partner. If a man fails to meet her expectations, she'll effortlessly explore other options. Given this harsh reality, men who choose to go their own way prefer taking proactive steps rather than lamenting their circumstances. MGTOWs have long recognized that women's standards have become increasingly unrealistic over time. Instead of striving to please a woman who will never be satisfied regardless of one's efforts, they focus on personal improvement. Some women express the desire for a man who already possesses a fulfilling life, allowing them to simply jump on board. That is the crux of the matter. Women desire to be seen as human beings rather than mere sexual objects, and it's only fair that men reciprocate that sentiment. However, many men feel that women perceive them solely as ATM machines or holiday destinations, failing to recognize their value as human beings. Does this not align with what I mentioned at the beginning of the video? Men use their financial resources to attract women, but despise gold diggers, while women utilize their physical assets to attract men, but detest those who view them solely as objects of desire. Women position themselves at the finish line, carefully selecting the winners, which leads many men to believe that enhancing their financial status and other attributes is the key to success. However, the reality is that investing all of one's efforts solely to please women is a grave mistake. The phrase, love yourself first, may sound cliche, but it embodies a powerful mindset. I often emphasize that pursuing women should not be the primary focus, and instead, one should strive to achieve financial stability. Why? Because if a woman were to depart for any reason, what would be left? You would find yourself devoid of purpose. This is precisely why making a woman the center of your life and falling madly in love with her is a significant misstep. MGTOW can encompass a variety of principles, but it is by no means synonymous with misogyny, oppression, or any other negative labels that may come to mind. MGTOW represents a path towards inner peace, tranquility, establishing clear priorities, introspection, and much more. The media's portrayal of this philosophy and its community is nothing but a fabrication. The system actively encourages men to worship women, as evidenced by the countless billboards featuring attractive women designed to divert men's attention. MGTOW is, at its core, a discipline that assists men in becoming the best versions of themselves. Stay resolute, continue your personal growth, and strive for liberation. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.